Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. Today we are going to be looking at a hyper glass cannon build. You can see that we are rocking 80 dexterity at meta level, which is not easy to achieve. So essentially what we got going on is I have a small lineup of weapons that I think are going to be best with the Blue Dancer Charm. Now, a build doesn't necessarily need the Blue Dancer Charm to be considered a glass cannon character, but I wanted to try it out. I think this probably will be the best with either a dex build like what we got or a bleed character, so I wanted to try it with dexterity first. And the thing is that this is going to be best with weapons that weigh very little and do a lot of damage. So the Qatar is a perfect example, being able to get a 3-hit combo and having a fantastic moveset. The Arumi having a 3-hit combo as well is going to hit obscenely hard. The Shamshir and the Estoc are just very good weapons that are quite easy to hit your opponent with and roll catch them with. Power Stance Straight Swords is going to allow us to mash despite people with, say, Hyper Armor trying to mash out of hit stun. And then, of course, you have the Raptor Talons, which have a crazy true hit combo. Now, we're going to have an option to be able to hit someone from afar like this. We are going to be buffing our weapon, if I remember to, with poison and scarlet rot greases. And then we also have a get off me tool. We have parry options, and yeah, this should be quite good. Now, granted, we are going to be begging the question if it is worth your time to run a glass cannon build, and as of yet, I don't know. We're going to find that out. When it comes to our buffs, what we're going to do is we're going to have a bit of a setup process. So essentially what we're looking to do is Blood Boil Aromatic, and this is how you really know we're going all out glass cannon, because this will take away our own defenses to give us more physical damage. So using Exalted Flesh is perfectly fine, but I wanted to try this with the higher risk, higher reward. And then we're going to poison ourselves with the Fetid Pot. Now, if you're wearing armor, you do have to throw 2, so what I'll be doing is starting with nothing on, throw the Fetid Pot, and then heal myself, and give myself that Kindred of Rot buff, and then throw my armor back on. Now, granted, this armor is taking away like 4 damage from my weapons, because as you know, when you put on stuff, it takes away from the Blue Dancer Charms buff. But the thing is that I wanted a little bit of defense, and also this just looks kind of cool. Kind of looks like an Egyptian or something on those lines. Like, I don't know, looks neat. And yeah, we're just going to try out these different ones and see what we can't get going. Alright, and here we are in post-production. How you doing, baby? And today, obviously, we're going to go over some of the things that I got while recording this footage. Now, I had to record this in the morning, around like 6 in the morning, so I didn't get a lot of the ganks that would have exposed the problems with this build, right? So here we have this guy. Let's see what his decision making is. Oh, okay. Yeah, that GG's, bro. So as you can see, like, the damage is truly insane, but the issue is that when it comes to any variation of a glass cannon build, you don't have to be as glass cannon as this. You can use Exalted Flesh over the Blood Boil Aromatic. The problem always is that while sure you are doing this much damage and you are light rolling so you're not easy to catch, there are many things that did not exist in Dark Souls 3. Yo, that backstab was so intentional, dude. Yo, GG's, bro. And watch this guy's decision making too. This is how you know that we weren't fighting the right people to expose this build. So he's over there with his ugly malformed armor. Yeah, that's not the correct play, bruh. But anyway, yeah. So there are things in this game like Star Shower. There are the Dragon Breaths. There is getting hit by daggers. Essentially, all of these things that you normally have enough poise to get through, you don't. And what this means is that you are screwed against so many different teams, essentially. And the problem is, as well, is that it isn't even just that you have low poise. Obviously, you have extremely little defense as well. And since every single build in this game is a projectile build until proven otherwise, those projectiles are doing like twice as much damage as they would have normally. Okay? And so you have a very, very big weakness that is extremely easy to expose. Now, I just happened to get footage where I generally did not get exposed for this too much. There's 2 invasions in here where I did get exposed, but the rest of it was mostly just PvEers that didn't have the right tools. And the thing is, as well, the other reason why certain people will say, me included, that a glass cannon character is not viable, or at least not worth your time, is not just all the things that expose you, but also the fact that the buffs in this game are so plentiful that you can reach also nuclear tier damage while not having to use the Blue Dancer charm or having to wear little armor. Needless to say, because you can do so, there's no reason to make a glass cannon when you could just make a cannon. Look at this. Look at this. What is this man doing? What is he doing? Is he stuck? Huh? Yeah, bro. I've seen it all. I've literally seen it all. What in tarnation did he do to be able to do this? He is literally dancing on us. He's dancing on us like Landorus Therian, okay? He's floating off the ground. Like, I mean, what are we even supposed to do about this, bro? Like, we are literally terrified, okay? And even the blue, who normally have horse blinders on and about an IQ of 70, he sees what's going on, and for some reason he's happy about it. I don't know, bro. Like, this is truly something special. But he's just over there still doing his thing, and I decided to go ahead and start attacking the blues and everything because, show's got to get on the road. Now, we are using the Scarlet Rock Grease. That way we can get that poison buff back. It only lasts about 20 seconds. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of damage. GG's, dude. And, yeah, now it is time for Mr. Piper over here. Guys, am I wrong? When I hear the name Piper, I think of, like, a redhead girl. Like, that's the only thing that comes to mind when I think of that. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh, watch this. Immediately hit with a ground smash. What the fuck? He had to have, like, jumped off the top of the roof onto something to get that to happen, which is pretty interesting. And he's hitting me. Dishonest fist enjoyer. But yeah, the thing is as well that you have to keep in mind when it comes to this type of build is the fact that your buffs do not last very long. Oftentimes when somebody sees that you have this amount of buff stacking, they will simply run away. If they know what's good for them, they will simply run away. And in that case, if you get brought back down to reality after a minute or so and your buffs are gone, yeah, you're just screwed. Now you do like 100 damage more than other builds, and they do twice as much damage to you. So that might be a little bit of a problem. Now, this is one of the ones that kind of highlights what's wrong a little bit. So I see a host. I did not see the Phantom right there. So we get hit for a shit ton. That shouldn't have done more than half our HP. But yeah, and then I go to get that kill there, and while I do, I simultaneously forgot about the Stormblade he just hit me with. Yo, chi-chis, guys. Chi-chis. And and we do get the run back. I'll be honest, I actually had 3 fights with these guys, but this motherfucker parried me while I was desynced with them, so I didn't want to put that one in here. It hurt my fragile ego, you know? But yeah, so both of these guys are going to be using those projectiles out the ass, and it's like, bro, if you're getting hit that hard by Moonveil, you might have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, and of course this guy's hucking the red lightning spear at me, which is in probably my top 3 most hated weapons in the game. And the entire reason why is because it doesn't have a meaningful sound cue. Which is to say that, like, if you're any amount of distance away from your opponent, like, say, like, more than, like, 15 paces, the sound it makes, for some reason, just gets, like, canceled out by every other sound happening in the game. Yeah, that wasn't the smartest run back in from me, was it? I won't lie, that wasn't the smartest thing I've ever done. But, yeah. Now, this is also the type of situation where we could very easily get absolutely destroyed. Considering that there's 3 of them, 1 of me, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. We have to make every single second count in a situation like this, or we are completely screwed. So, another thing that hurts the viability of a glass cannon like this is the lack of 6-player worlds. Fuck you for law of regressioning. I know that that's technically the smart thing to do, but it is literally just a ganker's tool because you don't get to cast it as an invader lest you get hit for a bazillion damage. So screw that spell. I hate getting hit with law of regression. But yeah, the thing is that if you could have a teammate who had a more tanky build, you would be able to play sort of at the outskirts of the fight and pick your shots, help your teammate, hit people while they're not looking at you, and the build would be a lot more competent. But because of all the problems it already has, and then also, yeah, that's just not an acceptable amount of HP, bro. You need to take whatever levels you have in mind and you need to put them in Vigor. That is embarrassing. How are you at level 125? But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Chi-Chi's, dude. Yeah, so I want to play around with the idea of having a normal character that can swap to this type of build. So next week what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and create a character that is able to have good armor and do like good damage, say like 60 or 70 dexterity and then the rest into endurance, and then have this as a swap. Because when your opponents aren't focusing on you, yeah, you can literally just one-shot people, which is valuable. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Very fun build even if it's not great, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.